If I did not build a nice aesthetic physique, I would literally be invisible. Yes, you heard that right. If I did not go and work out, go and lose the body fat, I would genuinely be invisible in this life. I would be walking the streets and I would feel invisible. No one would pay any attention to me and I would feel like horrible. I'm not going to swear. I'm going to feel horrible, right? So building an attractive aesthetic physique has completely changed my life for the better. It has made me so much happier. My energy's better. Every single aspect of my life improved once I built an aesthetic physique. Now, listen, I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been training my arse off. I'm not going to swear. I've been training lots for the past few years, calisthenics and weightlifting. And now I've got to a point in my physique where I'm looking pretty good. And so, yeah, I want to teach you what you need to do to build an amazing physique as well, because it's, changed my life completely. So the first thing I need to tell you is building a nice aesthetic physique will literally change everyone's perspective on you. I've experienced this myself. Everyone's opinion on me completely changed once I got into shape. It's crazy, I know, but it's just the truth. Anyway, before I get into all of this though, in the description is my aesthetic body course where you can learn to build an aesthetic physique if you would like. And there's also one-to-one coaching as well, where we can hop on a call and I will give you any advice you need to get into the best shape of your life. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the video. So yeah, the truth is I would literally be invisible if I hadn't built an amazing aesthetic physique. So your main goal right now should be getting into shape and building a nice physique. So what is the actual principles of building a nice physique? Well, it's being lean, so losing the body fat that you have, and building muscle. That is what society deems as nice. That is what looks nice. That is what is healthy. That is what people respect. So go and do it, okay? It's difficult at first. I know I couldn't do it for a long time. I genuinely used to believe it was impossible to get abs. It's not if you put your mind to it, okay? So first step, make sure you lose that body fat. You know what you need to do. I don't even need to tell you anymore. Be in a calorie deficit. Wow, so difficult. Then go to the gym a few times a week and do a bit of hard training. Wow, so difficult, right? You know what you need to do. I just want to come here and convince you why you should do it, because I was literally a no one before I built a nice physique. I had nothing going for me. Building a nice physique completely changed my trajectory in this life. Let me explain why. When I built this physique, or when I was building this physique, my confidence started to go through the roof, right? My happiness started to go through the roof. My energy levels started to go through the roof, right? Then, do you know what else went through the roof? My discipline. So, when you're building a nice physique like this, you are learning the skill of discipline. Doing the hard work, especially or when you don't feel like it, right? You're doing the hard work, you're going to the gym, you're sticking to the clean diet, you're being in the deficit, even though you don't feel like it. You want to go and binge on the pizza, you want to just do whatever you want, right? But you're learning the skill of discipline. You're learning, you know what, if I want to build a nice, attractive, aesthetic physique, I need to do these things even though I don't feel like doing it, because in the future, it's going to be better for me. Delayed gratification, okay? Instant gratification, eating all the bad foods right now, looking like shit in the future. Delayed gratification, eating all the good foods now, then in the future, looking in the mirror, looking amazing, okay? It's hard in the moment, but then it gets, it's easy later down the line. Instant gratification is easy now, harder down later the line. Down, yeah, whatever, shut up. So yeah, my discipline went up. And because my discipline went up, that meant that skill of discipline wasn't just being used on my diet. It wasn't just being used in the gym. It wasn't just being used, in fitness, but it also started to be used in my studies. It also started to be used in my relationships. It also started to be used in my overall appearance, right? I started having more discipline. I started taking my hygiene more seriously, because even though I couldn't be bothered to do it, I made sure I did it. I made sure, I know a test is coming up for school. I can't really be bothered to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway because I've learned the skill of discipline. Oh, you know what? I don't really care to maintain that relationship. You know what? I just can't be bothered. I'm just going to do what I want. But then I think, you know what? No, it's hard, it's difficult, but I'm going to make sure I maintain that relationship because I know it's going to be good for me in the future, right? So you're learning that skill of discipline by building a nice aesthetic physique. So every aspect of your life improves to an extent. So All of that has made it so I am not invisible anymore, right? Everyone used to just blank me. No one respected me. No one cared for me, apart from my family, who kind of have to unconditionally love me. That's it though, right? Friends don't respect you. Strangers don't respect you. No one respects someone who doesn't even respect themselves. And the truth is, I did not respect myself by having a physique like that, by having the loads of body fat, by having no muscle mass. It looked like I didn't even respect myself. So why should I expect other people to respect me? They shouldn't. Simple as that. They should not respect someone who doesn't respect themselves. So the first step, respect yourself. How do you do that? You go and focus on your health. You focus on your shape. You build your discipline up. And the reason I say you should focus on that first is because that is the foundation of every single aspect of life. Being healthy, being in shape is the foundation. It is learning the skill of discipline. That means you will start doing better in school. You'll start doing better in your career. You'll start doing better in your relationships. Every single thing improves once you get into shape. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Go to the gym. Go and lift some weights. Build a bit of muscle. It looks amazing. It makes you feel so much better. Your energy improves. Your years on this life increases, right? You start doing a bit of cardio. You're improving your heart health. You're living on this planet for longer. Isn't that crazy? In a world where everyone is eating the horrible, disgusting processed foods at all times, 100% of the time they're eating those foods, and they are taking years off your life. Me and you, we are the opposite, and we are adding years to our life. What do you think that's going to do for our own identity? We're going to start to respect ourselves. We're going to have pride in ourselves. And that means other people won't just look over you like you're some insect. Right? They will start to see you as a real human who really cares for themselves, who's really striving for great things, who really wants to improve. And that is great. That feels amazing. And now listen, your whole life shouldn't be based on other people's opinions, but I certainly don't want to be treated like an invisible human being whilst I go through life. Right? I want to be treated like I'm a man, like I'm someone who respects myself, and that's someone who should be cared for because I care for myself, right? I don't want to go through how it felt to literally feel invisible. I hope you understand what I mean by that. And if you don't, let me just try to help you understand. Going through life, people don't even look at you. They don't acknowledge your existence. You're just that guy. You're him. Oh yeah, the guy at the back of the class. Yeah, I don't know his name really, but yeah, he's all right. That's it. That was my life. And then I started focusing on my health, on my physique. I started getting into shape, becoming more attractive. I then improved my studies because I'd learned that skill of discipline from my fitness. Then I started improving in my career. Then I started improving in my relationships. I started improving with socializing because I was more confident now. And guess what? People started to know my name. People started to know who I was. People started to respect me. People started to think, you know what? That guy, he's cool. Yeah, I really like that guy. And people will literally like you more just by getting into shape. More job opportunities, more money. Crazy to think, right? The halo effect is an absolute real thing. One of the only things you have control over in this life is your physique, is your health. So do everything you can to go and be healthy. Do everything you can to go and be in shape because you will genuinely miss out on opportunities if you are not. If you are still sat on that sofa every day being a couch potato, doing nothing for your life, then yes, of course, you're going to feel invisible, that no one acknowledges you. No one knows your name because you haven't made a name for yourself in any way. The first step is to just focus on your health. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family, your loved ones who want to see you on this planet for longer. Is it so crazy to say, go to the gym for a few times a week? Improve your diet a little bit. Stop eating those horrible bullshit foods which are poisoning us, right? Those food companies, those evil food companies who are against us, who want to make money off us and are shaving years off our life. Why are we continuing to support them? We shouldn't be. So, the first step is to just get up and do one thing different. Remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you don't do something for yourself right now, you will never do so. If you can't just put the bag of chips down, the crisps down, whatever you want to call it, then, there's a problem. Do one thing today which is going to be seen as progress. If that means 1 press up, that is progress. If it means you go for 1,000 steps extra, that is progress. If you get into the gym and just walk in, look at the machines and try out a few machines, that is progress. You don't need to go and become the next Mr. Olympia. You don't need to become the most disciplined David Goggins of all time, but just make some progress so you can actually be someone of respectable manner. People will literally not acknowledge you if you don't focus on your shape, if you don't focus on your appearance. They will not acknowledge you. You will get less opportunities. How many times do I have to say it? Your life will never be as good. Ever. I will firmly stand by this. Your life will never be as good if you compare the two people of yourself, two versions of yourself, the one that's in shape and the one that's not, the one that cares for their health, the one that doesn't. This isn't comparable. This version of you's life is so much better in every single aspect, not just in health, not just in their appearance, but in every single aspect, in their relationships, in their career, in their studies. That version of you is so much better off than this version. This version is the lazy version, the devil, right? The one that wants to keep you enslaved in comfort, the one that doesn't want to do anything for your health. That version of you needs to be banished away. Of course, there's going to be days where, yeah, you may not do as much as you want to. But let me tell you something, right? And I've experienced this myself. On my bad days, right? My bad days are now so good that my bad days are better than my good days back in the day. Do you understand what I mean by that? Let me explain, right? So back in the day, right? My bad days would be eating 5,000 calories of cookies, not going to the gym, literally staying under my covers in my bed all day and playing, I don't know, Fortnite, whatever, right? That is my bad day. My bad day now is going to the gym and not training till complete failure. Maybe doing half the amount of cardio for the day. Maybe only getting 20,000 steps instead of my usual 30,000. I don't know, maybe having a pizza and then the rest of the day I have the real whole foods. My bad day is better than your good day because my kind of identity, my level of discipline is so much higher now that my baseline is still good. I really hope you understand this. My baseline day is still quite disciplined now because it's just ingrained in me. So even though it's a bad day, it's still a pretty good day for most people. So what do you need to do? You need to do something for yourself. Before it's too late, to be honest, every single day, you are shaving years off your life if you continue to eat those junk foods. If you continue to not work for yourself, improve your heart, go and do some cardio, go and get some steps in. Studies literally show it adds years to your life and you're still not doing it. You're not doing it for your own health. Then what other motive is there? The biggest motive to make anyone make some action is, yeah, by the way, if you do this, you actually add years to your life, right? That is probably the best reward of all time, right? And you're still not doing it because it hurts a little bit. Oh my God, it's infuriating. You're not doing anything for your future self. You're stealing from your future self. Do you think you're going to be on your deathbed smiling that you ate those junk foods all those years? Smiling that you never did any cardio? Smiling that you never lifted any weights? Smiling at your big belly poking out from your dressing gown in the hospital? No, I don't think you will be. Dying 10 years earlier. Morbid, right? Reality. That's the truth. Do nothing for yourself now. You will never build any habits which will help you in the future and you'll be completely and utterly, helpless. Simple as that. I know this is a bit more serious on video, but I really just want to get into your head that you need to do something for your health. Do something for your physique. Do something to get into shape. It is the foundation of everything, okay? You will become so much more successful, so much more opportunities if you focus on your health, focus on your shape. Simple as that. People won't see you as a nobody. People will actually respect you and you'll be acknowledged in this life. Simple as that. Anyway, on a lighter note, in my description, as I said, there is my aesthetic body course. This course gives you all the advice, all the knowledge that I have learned from 5 years of being in this fitness space. And yeah, all the advice, all the knowledge you need to build your aesthetic dream physique. Simple as that. If you listen to the advice and knowledge I give in there, it will completely change your life. And yeah, simple as that. Listen to what I say, take action on it. and you'll get an amazing physique like I do. Then the other link goes to my online one-to-one coaching. You can hop on a call with me and I will give you all the advice, all the knowledge that I have to help you get in the best shape of your life. I will answer any questions about fitness, anything like that, to get you to further your goals. It's as simple as that. So yeah, those links will change your life if you let them. Building a nice, attractive, aesthetic physique has completely changed the trajectory of my life, and it will change yours too. I was a nobody before I focused on my health and my shape, and now I'm becoming a somebody. And I've always wanted to be a somebody, and I hated how I was a nobody. So yeah, go and do that for yourself, and go and do that for your future self. All right, go check those links out. Boom.